Hey, what's going on, guys? I got bad news for you. I was here as it went live and I watched it and I did a whole reaction. It was my shortest reaction yet at 29 minutes and 30 seconds. I was mid-upload when I went and clicked the original video because I joined someone on Discord to tell them I watched it and they couldn't hear me. So I was like, oh no. Oh no. Just so people understand the pain. I have one of those Elgato microphones that has a little knob on the front of it, and if you turn it by accident, well, the volume doesn't pick up very well. It's you turn it down when you want to get into that ASMR, go really close. Anyway, so this is not going to be a genuine reaction. It's not going to be my first time hearing the song. I heard it once already, but it's going to be a re-reaction. And see if I can pick up a little more. Let's see what we can find out in this track together and see where we can go from there. Now, can I put this back on here without it completely destroying your guys' eardrums on your side? Nice and gentle. There it is. Please don't be super loud. All right, make sure it's actually picking up all the stuff. Make sure the record button is on. We don't need any more fuck-ups today. Jesus Christ.
Tragic scenes last night in London. A 14-year-old girl was found dead from a fatal stab wound. Her attacker, a 14-year-old boy, is in critical condition after a violent altercation with a police officer.
Can you imagine what it's like to be an American? Hearing how soothing that was. Is that really what your guys' nude broadcasts are like? Or was that just some girl dropping fire on a microphone doing because here in America, we get people like Alex Jones. No one speaks to us in a soft, poetic voice. They just come in and be like, they're turning the frogs gay. And you're like, all right, man. Thanks. Also, dude, that guy's grinder is packed, brother. He's probably got some good ones in there, dude.
14-year-old boy is in critical condition after a violent altercation with a police officer. Over to reporters on the ground for more.
Oh, such a beautiful shame. The sunflowers will when the skies do not rain.
The sunflowers wilt when the skies don't rain. What a beautiful shame. So, the way that I interpret that, because we went through in the Discord, about, I think 8 of us got together, and we went and watched the Instagram stories of Screech, and we had a little group mini reaction, and it was really cool. It was pretty fun. And in there, you can see Screech's life. I feel like that line could be interpreted in a way that talks about the argument nurture versus nature and stuff like that. Some of the things that you attribute from your genetic code. Some of that's some of it you can't stop to some degree. But you also have nurture, the environment that you're in that helps foster and grow you. If a flower, well, he said sunflower. If I remember correctly, sunflowers are the ones that need some of the least amount of water. Do they not? Or am I wrong? Do I have that backwards? The reason why it's cool, though, is because, let's say the way that you could feed a person like you would feed a flower is through, water, obviously. Drink water. Right here. I got a little water, and I got me a little 7-Up. That's how we do. But the way that you feed a human is through empathy, compassion, caring, and concern, being present and being active. The reason why all of these things are important is it's more than just to be a parent. You have to be a parent that cares. You have to be a parent that shows up. You have to be a parent that listens. But you also have to be a parent that's willing to give people boundaries and rules and, stuff that can help a person become a better individual and understand that there are structures and rules to our society. Without those things, a person as a stand-in for a flower they would wilt. They would fall into areas of self-hatred and animosity with the world. I feel like that's a good analogy because if you just do it on the surface level, I don't think that's the way Ren operates anymore now that we're getting a little deeper into his work and his world. And also, rolling a joint is like the hardest thing on the planet, dude. There's a reason why I use pipes and bongs. Let's just put that out there.
Oh, such a beautiful shame. The sunflowers will when the skies do not rain. It's a story I'm sure we all know.
Yeah, we do.
It's a moment of madness inside of the woes. We all fall down in London town.
Are you hearing the way that plays with it? With like, dude, it's perfectly in sync. And more importantly, I don't know anything about London other than what they show us on the American boob tube. And America likes to try and pretend we're better than London. It's like, man, they have a rich tapestry that far out exceeds ours. I don't think there's a single document on earth that's as good as our Declaration of Independence or our Constitution or the Bill of Rights. But I will say, the people that wrote that were from England and stuff, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, well, the Bill of Rights came a little later. So I need to get into the details. The important part is, does London town, does it suffer from a lot of earthquakes? Because that would be a fucking bar if it did. But let's hopefully it doesn't. I pray to you.
Side of the woes, we all fall down in London town, and shaky ground carries me. Whoa, rains down, blindingly loud, never surrender.
I've heard him do that now, what, 4 times? This is my, well, the first we listened and now this. The first time he did that, I was screaming. I was like, fuck yeah, that's everything I want. Thank you, daddy. I can't imitate that same energy because otherwise I'd be acting. But I cannot tell you how dope it is that I'm finally starting to hear a side of Ren that's just like, fuck everything. Like that cathartic feeling of that belt is just chef's kiss. Ah, it's glorious. It's glorious.
Me. Whoa, rains down, blindingly loud, never surrender.
Oh, come on. It's so good.
What a terrible scene. Here lie the corpses of corporate machines, planting seeds where the grass never grows. But the
Okay, so planting seeds where the grass never grows, but the grass grows. I forget what the next line is. I only heard it once, but well, I mean, I went back a few times the first time. But the cool thing is, I feel like that's a good play on, again, the human condition, that Ginny and Screech were in a terrible situation because of the corporate systems that exist that create a substructure of our world that we operate, that we have to be within this domain through a hierarchy of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Capitalistic interest. The reason why Screech wanted to break free from his life, I just saw this today, by the way, so I could be wrong, is that he got sick of living under his abusive, not stepfather, but adoptive father, a man who beat him. Because, and believe it or not, there's a possibility his dad was trying to be a good man, because Screech was a little asshole. He was coming home drunk. He was out with his boys, his lads, getting fucked up, being just a rambunctious piece of shit. You know, as all men are, especially when we're 14. It's baked into the bread, baby. But I think something that's really important, though, is Screech wanted to do everything in his power to get away from that, and he thought that by creating wealth through crimes they were going to commit from robbing people, by doing those things, he could free himself from the burden of his circumstance. And the only reason why he ran into Jenny that night was, one, he was pursuing that greed, and then two, Jenny was out working, trying to find some like semblance of self because she has bills to pay. She has a hard life. We don't necessarily know all of her details, but we do know it is theorized by some that she's a working girl, that she worked the, she was a caller. Though I believe Tammy B, she came in and told us, and a few other people in the call told us that Ren came out and said that he hopes that she's not, or else the story would be even too, it's already sad enough. So that's not a no, but it leans that even Ren doesn't want it to be that sad. The corporate structure that created that, the corporate system that made that, facilitates the environment for that destruction. In money games, we talk a lot about how all of us are responsible for the, not for the situation we're in, but we bear responsibility for the world that we create. And that's true, but as we are willing to accept our responsibility for the things that we do, and we're renegades, so we do that. We understand that we help create these things. Something that's really important to go with that is that we're willing to accept our responsibility, but the systems that help create that and perpetuate that also should accept some responsibility on their part, especially when their responsibilities of a higher threshold than ours.
Of corporate machines planting seeds where the grass never grows, but the grass it stays greener in places unknown as we all fall down in London town, shaky ground.
Well, that's so fucking catchy. I've only heard this song once, and I feel like I feel it in my soul.
As we all fall down in London town, shaky ground carries me. Whoa, rains down, blindingly loud, never surrender.
Yeah, dude, pass out. Life is hard. Brother. One, it's so dope that he brought in jazz. He brought in like a dubstep-esque track in there. He got to do a little bit of mixing in like a little post-hardcore or screamo in with his traditional style. This man is like taking, you ever see the meme when it's like Mike Tyson and he's got like a doll and another thing and he's like, now Keith's, or he says it however he does. I feel like that's what Ren does. I feel like Ren grabs, hey man, here's this genre of music, and here's this other genre of music. They have nothing in common other than the fact that they're music, and they might have been birthed from similar things. And now we're gonna just grab them, and we're gonna make them kiss. Oh, and he kind of just forces them together until eventually they become this weird Ren blob that's like taking over the world. So dope. He's so evil looking, bro. You see that twitch in his eye right there? That's the look of a man that's gonna strangle you for fucking chewing too loud in the office. That's all I'm gonna say. So initially when I first saw this, I thought Ren was playing multiple different people. And that Ren was saying it was a self-reflection to all of us in everyday life. But as I've rewatched this now, it's starting to look like Ren is playing just one person. Because if you follow like the shirt underneath what he's wearing, I think there's a through line. There's horror sounds in this, bro. Non-responsive, bro. The clock is getting faster. Oh, isn't there like a I could have swore there's like a mental condition that makes you hear an internal clock at all times. Like it's like a thing that happens to people. But maybe I'm making that up, or at least maybe they hear it click. See, the white shirt stays with him. And then music cuts out. So in my initial react, I said, I bet you that song plays some importance in another thing. The lovely Kia said, who is helping us in the Discord, I did not catch this. This is someone else. The song In Your Heart by the Piano Guys is what she said she thinks it is. So say what you will. That is coming from probably someone far more intelligent than I. But I did think that that song is going to play a role in the next track. He's such a talented actor, man. This guy needs to get into films. Yo, who the fuck is Vincent? I still don't know. I do know that the guy on the couch that was getting puffed up kind of looked like Vincent Van Gogh. People were saying stuff like it was Van Gogh in the chat, but all I know about him, and the reason why this react was not as long as most of them, is I am not someone who knows too much about Vincent Van Gogh. I know that Kurt Cobain was a huge fan of him, and that I know that he cut off one of his ears for a lady. And if I remember correctly, someone told me a long time ago that he was someone who self-deleted, but I don't know if that's true. I should start looking these things up and these facts up before I record. But then if I do that, it's not genuine because it's coming from like somewhere else. And I can never do that. I'm just gonna, if I have to make myself look like a fool to have fun, well, we're gonna look stupid, baby. By the way, this got me. I thought he was about to go into another bar because there's no time limit on it. He fucking got me so hard. But unfortunately, the audio got fucked up. So, it was so lame, bro. Fuck you, Elgato. That's what's up. Oh my God, dude. Just absolute fire. Such a good song. It blended so many different genres. He got to fuck around. He got to have fun. So I'm going to be full transparent as well. This song threw me for a loop because I did not expect it to go the way that it did. I did not expect the song to I thought it was just going to be like another him with a guitar doing another like a bard style song. So when this one threw me for a curveball, it was wild, dude. What a good curveball it was. This man, what's that thing that they do? Subvert your expectations. He did it, bro. He did The Last Jedi, but he did it well, or whatever that movie was. Like, holy shit. He did not Admiral Holdo my ass. This man said, yo, you coming in with expectations. Let me shatter that for you. Let me blow your mind, and then 5 minutes later tell you I'm bored, and then walk the fuck away. What an absolute unit. What a powerhouse. I loved it. For my first actual live reaction to something that comes out the day of and seeing a premiere, I'm glad it was this song, because this song took all of the elements of the original Tales series that made it dark and twisted, and then made it play around in a way more colorful palette that I'm pretty sure he's gonna smash over our face in the next one, because people are gonna be like, oh, that wasn't as bad, that wasn't as harsh, I'm not feeling as distraught. Ren, you are a mythical king. And for all of you watching, I saw so many of you in the chat. It was so cool to see that all happen in real time. I saw Pixie there. I saw Tracy there. I saw Kia there. I saw... I even saw Codex 777 there. Actually, I think he's got one more 7 in there. There was just so many cool people I saw bump in, say, wow, it was so hard to read. There's a reason why my picture, I was actually over that chat, because it was freezing my YouTube, dog. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, I've been rambling enough. This was an awesome experience. I'm glad I got to have this with you guys. I'm sorry the audio got ruined, and I'll try to endeavor to put tape over that or something so that never happens again. All right, you beautiful people. I'll see you guys in the next video. We're gonna try and sneak in another video tonight. That's the goal. I don't know if we'll be able to, but we're gonna try, because I still gotta do that audio chapter. I'm falling behind on my book because we've been just hammering out Ren, dog. But we got some stuff to do. Yeah!